You tuned in to Battlefield Tested TV. I'm Terry Battlefield T. Kirkwood, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, share this video, share my whole YouTube channel. Put me out there. On this video, I'm gonna be talking about my mom dying, giving birth to me, and how did it affect me throughout life. So basically, my mom, she died giving birth to me when she was 21 years old. But it wasn't no surprise, no shocker. My mom knew she was gonna die giving birth to me. My mom knew she was gonna die giving birth to a boy before she even got pregnant with me. So the ways that it affected me was I had abandonment issues, really bad. And like for example, like my dad's family raised me. His parents and my grandmother's sisters. My grandmother had a total of 7 sisters, and the oldest sister, my Aunt Adabelle, she died before I was, she died like 2 or 3 years before I was born. So she was the only sister I didn't get a chance to meet. But all the rest of the sisters, was total 7 of them. 7 of them. So 6 of them, they all had a hand at raising me. And so when the day of my mom's funeral was on a Friday, so that following Saturday was her funeral. She died giving birth to me on a Friday. The next weekend on that Saturday was her funeral. So my grandparents, my dad, and I think my godparents, they picked me up from the hospital after the funeral. The main issue that I had with that, far as mental, was abandonment issues. I had abandonment issues really bad. To make you understand better, like fast forward to when I was 4 years old, I started preschool, PK. That's what y'all call it nowadays. I started PK. And on that first day of school, I was just fine until my grandmother got ready to leave the classroom. And she came over and she reached down and she told me, she said, "You have a good day." She said, "God is with you and God is watching you, so be good." And when she got ready to walk out that room, I just balled up and started crying. I mean, I'm talking about crying bad. I fell out on the floor crying. And that was my first day of preschool. The second day, same thing. I cried. The third day, I cried. The fourth day, I cried. And she said by that, school started on a Monday. By that Friday, I was okay. Pretty much. I wasn't really okay, but I just wasn't crying. And fast forward to kindergarten, from pre-K to kindergarten. Kindergarten, on the first day of school, I cried. First grade, first day of school, I cried. Second grade, first day of school, I cried. Third grade, first day of school, I cried. And the reason why I was crying was because I felt like, because my mom was absent and I knew my mom had passed away, they told me, and I had that understanding, you know, by the time I was 4 years old, that I wasn't going to see my mom again. And I just felt like anytime, like my grandmother or my godmother would like leave me somewhere, like school, or even like at church, like Vacation Bible School, you know, it happened a few times, that when they leave, that it's like, I felt like I would never see them again, you know, so it made me sad. So that was like the main the main thing, I had abandonment issues. So, and after like the third grade, and I got to getting older or whatever, it just kind of, it turned into, the sadness turned into like a cold shoulder, because the majority of my life, I strayed away from being in committed relationships because of that reason. I was just, had just that cold shoulder, and I just really didn't want to be in no relationships. And then just in life, it just made me just want to just not do good in school. It made me just want to, get off into the streets and just do bad things, because I was hurting. I was very hurt, because it was always like, I would always get on my knees at night, and when I pray, I would always tell ask my mom, like, why did you leave me? Or God, why did you, choose me to go through this? It's hard, it's rough, Because like by the time I was 8 years old, I was already having to like see after my grandparents, because like my grandmother was born in 1920. My grandfather was born in 1918. My godparents were born in 1917. So you gotta think about it. When the day that I was born, 15 days after I was born, my grandmother turned 58. 9 days before I was born, my grandfather turned 60. So by the time I was 8 years old, my grandmother, her memory, she started suffering from memory loss, which later on we found out it was Alzheimer's. So, I had to see after her. And my grandfather, he had a heart surgery, and he had a stroke. If I'm not mistaken, he had 2 strokes. So, I had to kind of like see after them. And they raised me to be very self-sufficient, because they were raised to be self-sufficient because of the time and era that they were raised. Because my grandmother, if I'm not mistaken, she only went to school for 3 years, and then she had to go work out in the cotton fields to help put food on the table. My grandfather, he only went to school for 1 year, just 1 year, to learn how to read and write. And he had to go, after that, he had to go back in the fields and work in the cotton fields to put food on the table. So they were self-sufficient. So they raised me to be self-sufficient. This is like, by the time I was 5 years old, I knew more than your average 15-year-old. By the time I was 8 years old, I knew more than your average 18-year-old, because they had prepped me. And then they already knew that they were much older than me, And that's all I wanted, was just to be with them. I didn't want to go be with nobody else. I just wanted to be with my grandparents. And if I wasn't with my grandparents, I was with my godparents, So a big lesson for anybody to learn from this is, if your mom is still living, you need to cherish your mother, because it's people like me. I never met my mom, and I never will meet my mom here on earth in the flesh. So that means my mom died giving birth to me, meaning my mom never held me. My mom never picked me up. Like being a kid, riding a bike, you fall and scrape your knee, you run to mama. My mom never was here to do that. You know what I mean? To help heal my wounds, put a Band-Aid on my sores, and you know what I'm saying? My mom never, she just wasn't here. So I didn't have my mom, and I longed for that, for my biological mom, which God blessed me with a whole bunch of mothers. I got my grandmother. I had my grandmother. She passed. I had my godmother and all of them sisters. I had all them except for one. Like I said, I had my dad's wife, my second mom. I had, she's still alive. My aunt, my dad's sister, she's still alive. You know, but even my sister, she played a mother role in times. But at the same time, it's nothing like your real mother. So if your mom's still alive, you need to check on your mom more. Especially if your mom's still alive and y'all not getting along, wrong move. I don't care how bad of a human being you think your mother is. I don't care what your mama did to you. I don't care whatever. That's still your mom. At the end of the day, she brought you into this world and you got one. Because it's people like me. I never got to see my mom. I never got to spend time with my mom. I never got to feel my mom's face. I never got to kiss my mom. My mom never fed me a bottle. My mom never changed my diapers. You know what I mean? And and that's rough. That's real rough. You know what I mean? It took actually a lot of courage for me because of how I was raised up with my grandparents raising me, and then they ended up getting old and sick before I was even a teenager and had to see after them with dealing with depression, severe depression with my mom's death. And at the same time, I'm dealing with depression because I'm trying to help them, the people that brought me home from the hospital. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to leave them. I wanted to stay with them. So I did the best I could to help them get along in life, and help keep the house up and everything. So cherish your mother, man. Cherish your mother. If y'all not getting along, you need to mend it with your mom, because I'm going to tell you something. And I've seen it. I witnessed it. A lot of times I witnessed this. A lot of people who didn't get along with their mothers, and it was always this, that, this, and that. We ain't speaking. I don't care the whatever with her. I don't care. She don't ever have to speak to me. I'm never speaking to her again. And then I seen them same people, their mothers ended up dying. And after their mothers died, they ended up regretting that. They ended up regretting the fact that they didn't spend time with their mom. They didn't call their moms. They had a grudge against their mom. They hated their mom, So when their mom passed away, then they regretted it. And they can't mend that because they're gone already. There ain't no coming back. Once you die, you die. That's it. So if, for whatever reason, you and your mom not getting along, you need to fix that. For real. Fix that. Cherish every moment you can with your mother. And if you are getting along with your mother, and but if you feel like you're not spending enough time with your mom, or you feel like you're not checking on your mom like you're supposed to, start doing that, man. Because you only got get one chance with one mother, one biological mother. Because there's people like me that wish we had our mothers. I just wish I could just have just 1 minute of my mother in the flesh, just to hold me, or just for me to hold her and kiss me on the forehead, or me kiss her on the forehead, and just me hear her say I love you, and me tell her I love her. If I just had 1 minute, I feel a whole lot better. But I can't get that. So cherish your mom. Cherish your mother. And hit that subscribe button. Like I always say, hit that like button. Share this video. Especially this video. Share this video with somebody that you know. If their mom and them are not getting along, you need to share this video with them. Or if somebody lost their mom, share this video with them. Please do. God bless y'all. I'm Terry Battlefield T. Kirkwood, and this is Battlefield Tested TV. Subscribe. Peace. God bless.